Picture this, it's a balmy summer evening, the year 1955. You're perched on the edge of a cozy, velvet-covered theater seat, bathed in the soft glow of the silver screen. The anticipation in the air is palpable as the curtains draw back, revealing a young James Dean in his iconic red jacket, cigarette dangling effortlessly from his lips. The opening chords of Rebel Without a Cause reverberate through the room, and you're instantly transported into a world of teenage angst, rebellion, and a quest for identity. As the movie unfolds, you're engrossed, not just by the captivating performances, but by the raw emotion and social commentary that resonate with you even today. Perhaps it's the legendary knife fight at the Griffith Observatory, or the unforgettable "You're Tearing Me Apart" line that lingers in your memory. Maybe it's the poignant exploration of the generational gap or the longing for acceptance that strikes a chord deep within you. Rebel Without a Cause isn't just a film, it's a timeless masterpiece that transcends generations. It's that cinematic gem that leaves an indelible mark on your soul, making you ponder the complexities of youth and the eternal struggle for self-identity. Now, as we journey into the realm of random facts about this iconic movie, let's uncover the fascinating tidbits that add layers to its legendary status. So, grab your popcorn and get ready to delve deeper into the world of Rebel Without a Cause, a movie that continues to resonate with rebels of all ages. After all, there's more to this classic than meets the eye. And now, without further ado, let's dive into the world of random facts about Rebel Without a Cause. In the 1955 movie Rebel Without a Cause, James Dean, who played the iconic role of Jim Stark, originally wanted his friend Jack Simmons to play the part of Plato. Dean and Simmons were living together at the time, and Dean thought Simmons would be a good fit for the character. However, director Nicholas Ray had other plans for the role of Plato. Director Nicholas Ray took his research seriously. To understand the world of Los Angeles gangs, he spent several nights riding around with them. This first-hand experience helped him capture the authenticity and rawness of the film's teenage delinquency theme. While James Dean ultimately played the role of Jim Stark, another famous actor, Paul Newman, was considered for the part. Newman's name came up during the casting process, but in the end, it was Dean who brought the character to life and became an enduring symbol of rebellion and youth angst. In Rebel Without a Cause, these behind-the-scenes decisions and efforts played a significant role in shaping the iconic film we know today. James Dean's wish for his friend to join the cast, Nicholas Ray's immersive research, and the consideration of Paul Newman for a key role all contributed to the movie's lasting impact on cinema. In 1955, the iconic movie Rebel Without a Cause made its mark in Hollywood history. This film starring James Dean was unique in several ways. Unlike his other two movies, East of Eden and Giant, which were period pieces, Rebel Without a Cause was set in contemporary times. One remarkable tidbit from the production of the film involved night shooting at the Griffith Park Planetarium in Hollywood. The bright production lights in the hills during these shoots caused quite a commotion. Downtown Los Angeles residents mistook them for raging forest fires and flooded emergency switchboards with frantic reports. Fast forward to 2007, and Rebel Without a Cause continued to resonate with audiences. The movie's famous line, "You're Tearing Me Apart," delivered passionately by James Dean's character, Jim Stark, earned its place in film history. It was voted as the 97 of the 100 greatest movie lines by Premiere magazine, cementing the enduring impact of this classic. Rebel Without a Cause remains a timeless film, known not only for its unforgettable performances, but also for the incidents that occurred during its production. From mistaken forest fires to iconic lines, it has left an indelible mark on cinematic history. In 1955, the movie Rebel Without a Cause stirred up more than just cinematic buzz. Behind the scenes, a web of relationships and hidden themes added intrigue to the iconic film. Dennis Hopper and Natalie Wood, two of the film's stars, shared a brief fling during filming. Wood's romantic entanglements didn't end there, as she also had an affair with the film's director, Nicholas Ray. What made this scandalous was the age gap. Wood, only 16 at the time, was involved with a 43-year-old Ray, who happened to be older than her father. Adding to the mix, Ray was rumored to have an affair with Sal Mineo, another actor in the film, as reported by Vanity Fair in 2005. In a more subtle but significant subplot, director Nicholas Ray and others involved in the movie wanted to convey a hidden message. Despite the production code of the time strictly forbidding any mention of homosexuality, they worked together to subtly suggest that Sal Mineo's character, Plato, was gay. References to Plato's attraction to James Dean's character, Jim, were scattered throughout the film, including a pin-up photo of Alan Ladd in Plato's locker, and loaded conversations between the characters. James Dean, who played Jim, also faced real danger during the switchblade fight scene. The production used a real weapon, leading to multiple injuries for Dean. Rebel Without a Cause is more than a classic film. It's a snapshot of the intriguing stories and dynamics that unfolded both on and off-screen during its making. In the 1955 movie Rebel Without a Cause, there's an interesting tidbit about a planned kiss between James Dean and Sal Mineo. Originally, the film was going to include this intimate moment between the two actors. However, due to the societal norms of the time and concerns about censorship, this scene was ultimately scrapped, and the film's focus shifted more towards the central themes of youth rebellion and identity crisis. Another intriguing aspect of the movie is the famous opening scene featuring Jim Stark and a toy monkey. This scene, where Jim plays with the toy monkey at a police station, was improvised by James Dean after the production had been shooting for nearly 24 hours straight. He suggested rolling the camera to director Nicholas Ray, who agreed. This improvisation became an iconic moment in the film. Lastly, the character of Jim Stark underwent a transformation in terms of his appearance. Initially intended to be portrayed as more of a nerd wearing a brown jacket and glasses, the decision to reshoot the film in color led to a change in his costume. Director Nicholas Ray and costume designer Moss Mabry decided that Jim should wear red instead, a choice that symbolized his fiery and rebellious nature in the film. These behind-the-scenes insights into Rebel Without a Cause provide a glimpse into the creative decisions and challenges faced during its production, contributing to the enduring legacy of this classic film. Marlon Brando filmed a screen test for Rebel Without a Cause in 1947 during a break from his rehearsals for the original Broadway production of A Streetcar Named Desire. However, this earlier version of the film was eventually abandoned, and James Dean later took on the iconic role of Jim Stark. Originally, the movie began with a violent scene where a gang beats up a father who drops a toy on the sidewalk. This was considered too intense, so it was cut. In the opening credits, Jim Stark is seen picking up the toy from the ground, which remains as a subtle reference to the deleted scene. Rebel Without a Cause was initially planned as a black and white B picture. Some scenes, especially those at Griffith Observatory, were shot in black and white and were never used. James Dean even appeared wearing eyeglasses in some of these black and white shots. In another scene, a large group of teenagers was present behind the observatory, but when the scene was reshot in color, only a few extras were retained, leaving a small group to taunt Jim. The alternate opening and ending scenes were also shot in black and white, adding an interesting layer to the film's production history. These behind-the-scenes details provide a glimpse into the making of the classic 1955 movie Rebel Without a Cause, shedding light on the creative decisions and changes that shaped the final product. As we draw the curtains on our journey through the enigmatic world of Rebel Without a Cause, I invite you to take a moment to reflect. This cinematic masterpiece, born in the heart of 1955, has left an indelible mark on the tapestry of film history. It's more than just a movie, it's a mirror reflecting the complex and turbulent emotions that swirl within us all. Have you ever found yourself drawn to the youthful rebellion of Jim Stark, yearning for meaning and connection in a world that often seems devoid of both? Or perhaps you've felt the intense, simmering passion of Judy as she navigates the treacherous waters of adolescence. Maybe the poignant portrayal of Plato's vulnerability struck a chord deep within your soul. Rebel Without a Cause isn't merely a narrative etched in celluloid. It's a catalyst for introspection. It encourages us to ponder our own quests for identity and belonging, to explore the tempestuous sea of emotions that make us human. Now, it's your turn to share. What are your fondest memories of this iconic film? What emotions does it stir in you? What lessons have you gleaned from the trials and tribulations of its characters? Your voice is a vital part of the ongoing conversation about this cinematic gem. and we eagerly await your insights. Thank you for joining us on this cinematic odyssey and for sharing your thoughts and memories. Your presence enriches our discussion and deepens our appreciation for the enduring legacy of Rebel Without a Cause. Until next time, keep the spirit of rebellion alive and keep those memories close to your heart. This is your host, signing off.